Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jens St. J here with All Things Guitar 101. On this episode, I definitely like to talk about something very, very important. It's the very basics, but it's definitely really important. So, what I'd like to talk about is tuning. There's a couple different tunings a lot of people, play in and stuff like that, and the most common one is, like E standard. There's a lot of rock and roll is played in E standard. And it's a great tuning. And what I'm going to talk about is the strings on the guitar and all of the notes that are on here. What names of the strings are. The biggest string here, the top one right here, that's an E string, and it's tuned to an E note, obviously. And the one below that is actually an A string, and the one below that is your D string. One below that is your G string. One below that is your B string. And the one below that is your, which is also called an E. It's actually, it's a different pitch, E. So this is referred to, this string down here is referred to as the high E. And this is referred to as the low E. And basically, so all those together are, E, A, D, G, B, E. And those strings is like the basic tuning for rock and roll and stuff like that. And it's a really great tuning. It's a really fun tuning. So definitely get yourself familiar with that tuning. And like I said, there's a couple different ways to tune it. They can get a metronome or a guitar tuner. You can get them at like local guitar centers and stuff like that for like I think like $19 for like a basic guitar tuner. And those are the notes you're going to want to tune to on the guitar. Low string, E, A, D, G, B, and E, and that's your standard tuning. Modern days has actually altered this tuning a little bit, and it is what's referred to as drop D tuning. And it's very popular nowadays on the radio. A lot of modern heavy rock bands are playing in drop D. And what drop D is it's pretty much the same as standard E tuning. The only difference is that this low E string is tuned down to D, one step down. And so what you do is it's very easy to tune it down. How you do that is, here's your E string, right? Here's your E string. The second one down here is your A. And this third one here is a D. That's a D note, right? So what you do is you're going to pick your E string, the top string here, and then you're going to hit your D string here at the same time, and you're going to listen. There's waves. They're going to like crisscross the sound waves. They'll like vibrate and be like, and then once the sound waves even out, they'll hit the same pitch and they'll stop. And so watch, listen. See how it evened out? Now watch one more time. I'll put it flat and you'll hear the vibrations. And then now you're in D. It may take a little time to get used to hearing the waves bouncing, and then they'll even out. So I don't expect, if you don't hear it on the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't hear that. Don't worry about it. Your ears will become, you'll eventually hear it. So if you're not comfortable with that yet, you can still, again, plug it right into a tuner and just tune this down to D. And what that allows you to do is these two strings are now identical. And so now to bar a chord, if you were in E standard, your chord would look like this, right? That would be your normal chord positioning if you were in E standard. Well, now that we're tuned down, now it's just like this. it's bar chord. And you can do all kinds of cool stuff with bar chords. Stuff like that. So D can be very fun. You can do a lot of things in D easier than if there was an E, you know, like whatever. So D is very fun. I would definitely suggest learning an E first because it, you know, I feel that it strengthens your fingers and it keeps them, you know, it's you learn the. It's I always find it's easier to learn this way, you know, and get the fingerings down and then go to this, you know, because you can always alter it and stuff like that, and it'll become easier. So, and then there's also other tunings like that are different. They're lower pitch tunings for a lot of definitely more modern, heavier bands, like your bands out there like Slipknot and stuff like that. They'll actually like take a drop D and they'll tune it like all the strings a step lower than they already are, or a step and a half for that in some cases. So you can mess with different tunings. There's tons of different tunings. A lot of modern heavy day bands play in, you know, drop B and stuff like that. I'll definitely create another video if you're interested in learning how to tune to drop like a drop B tuning. It is what my other band plays in, and I can definitely walk you guys through that and show you how to do that. It's really cool. So I hope that should cover all the basic tuning questions you may have. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask here. Thank you for watching All Things Guitar 101. My name is Jens St. J, and hit me up in the comment section below if you want to add some comments or feedback. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.